Hi, Jeffrey. How are you?
Good, Kath. How are you?
I'm good. So, I wanted to ask you a few questions. So, I'm going to start right away. How long have you been dancing Kizomba and Semba?
I've been dancing about since 2005, so that makes it what, 18 years? But I first started with Passada. It wasn't really Kizomba. So, yeah.
And
And
then you switched?
yes, so I started with Passada, and then I found out about Kizomba, and then I switched. And then a
Okay.
little bit later, I found out about Semba.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
And what drew you to those dances, Kizomba and Semba?
the music.
The music?
Yeah, the music. Because I used to go out in the clubs of Boston,
Okay.
and there's a Cape Verdean community, Caribbean community, Haitian. So when I used to go out, they used to play zouk, and then I used to hear ghetto zouk.
Ah.
So that's how I found out. Actually, I went up to a guy and said, "Why are you dancing to zouk music a weird way?"
A
Yes.
weird way.
Yeah. And then we had a conversation. That's when he told me that he's from Cape Verde.
Okay.
He's not from the islands, Caribbean islands. So that's how I found out about Kizomba.
Okay.
Well, Passada first, and Passada brought me to Kizomba.
Okay.
Yeah.
And since then, it's been kind of a love story.
Yes, I fell in love with it after.
Okay.
So the music drew me, captivated me, and then the rest was like, yeah, history.
Very good. And so, do you have some dance inspirations? Do you have any role models?
Um, I like to watch a lot of people dance, especially the new dancers out of Angola. But I like a lot of them. But Dilson, I would say, was my inspiration, role model, and of course Vanessa and Petru because
Yes.
I consider them my mentor. Yeah.
And I think you invited them to your festival, no?
Well, it wasn't a festival. I invited them to New York. Whew, 11 years ago.
Okay.
So that was their first visit to North America. So yeah, actually, it's funny that we're in Canada now because after New York, I brought them to Canada,
Really?
Montreal. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So
I think that was before my dancing moment, so
yeah, that was
I
in.
would have loved to see that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Um, so when you're teaching, what is your style? Do you have something in particular that you convey to your students?
I'm very big on techniques.
Yeah?
Very big on techniques. It's funny because some of my older students used to say that I'm like a soldier or like yeah, because I'm very big on techniques. Yeah, yeah.
And so what do you think, like, what do you want to convey when you teach them something? Like, are there particular points where you're very intense on?
The
Yeah.
techniques on how to do things,
Yeah.
like for example, weight transferring techniques,
Okay.
leading and following techniques, techniques on how to move, like for both leads and follows. So because for me, without techniques, you can't
No.
develop a good dancer without techniques. That's why in my classes I focus very heavily on techniques. Yeah, we have some fun, but
We
yeah.
have some fun?
Well, I always say that most of the fun is to be had on the dance floor.
Oh,
Yes, because once you're a really good dancer on the
Mhm.
dance floor, you're gonna have amazing fun on the dance floor. So I've changed over the years because, yeah, I mean, my older students will tell you that I've changed over the years. Like I'm more fun now.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Because
They'll
before
say
you were like very stern.
a little drill sergeant. They used to say, yeah.
Do you have a new nickname now? I think I've heard something, no? How is it they
Uh,
call you?
Sensei. Well, it's not new. It's been around for about almost 10 years now. It's one of my students in Philadelphia who gave me that name. She gave me that name. Yeah.
Why though?
I don't know. I would have to ask her. I don't know why she gave me the name.
But
And
sensei, there's something about a master, something like where you teach people something but you're serious about it.
Yeah.
That might be also something, the reason why
That's-
they call you that, no?
yeah, I probably would have to ask her that. Yeah, it's she gave me the name and it's stuck. So
Okay. You'll give me her name and I'll ask her.
yeah. Okay. All right. Day. I'm gonna give you give her your name, and then
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask you because Semba and Kizomba, sometimes people think they're in a certain way, like Semba is supposed to be faster, Kizomba a bit slow, but like I
Yeah.
would like to hear your opinion on that and maybe tell us a bit more about the relationship between those two dances.
That's the misconception you hear a lot. So, based on the education that I've gotten about the dance, Semba is not relatively faster. In fact, you have some Kizomba songs that are faster than some Semba songs. I'm not a musician, so like it's a question to ask a musician. But from the education that I've gotten, Semba is not relatively faster. So the music that is.
Yes.
So the music is not relatively faster. So yeah, that is not one of the distinguishing factors about
Okay.
the two dances. So
That's good to know. And like you said, music is probably the ignition to how you're gonna dance, the rhythm you're gonna have,
Yeah.
because that's how you're not gonna dance fast on a song that's gonna be a bit slower.
Yeah.
You're gonna listen to what you hear.
yeah, listen to the music and dance. And I think where the misconception came about is people hearing Semba show or fast Semba, and then because of that, they think that Semba is fast, Semba
Yeah.
is fast. When in fact you have social Semba or Semba Cadencial that's like a
Okay.
bit slower. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, all those different styles, and then probably the Semba show you're gonna see is like used for competitions or even on the dance floor to do a demo that's a bit more impressive or acrobatic.
yeah,
No?
to captivate an audience,
Okay.
and it's fun too.
Yeah,
it's
for
fun.
sure.
So yeah.
Cool. So how's the state of dancing in New York at the moment?
Ooh, right now after COVID, things have slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of the older dancers or people who used to dance before COVID, kind of like stopped coming out. They come out here and there. Even myself, it was just a few months ago I started to come back out. But yeah, we have less people dancing now, and I would say it's a result of COVID. People still getting used to the situation, and plus, sometimes when you've been doing something for a very long time, it's like good to take a break.
Yes, for sure.
Unless you
And
have like addict like me who wants to do it all the time.
You want to do it all the time?
Well, I love to dance
Okay.
all the time. So
Well, that's good. A good prerequisition for a teacher, I would say.
yeah.
And how do you want to see the community evolve then?
I'd like to see more people dance Semba and Kizomba because that's why I started teaching in New York, to help develop the Semba and Kizomba scene in New York. I'd like to see people taking it more seriously,
Okay.
like really learning the dance, take their time to learn the dance, and more people also. Not only grow in quantity,
Yes.
but in quality.
In quality.
Yeah, I'm first quality first,
Okay.
and then quantity.
Okay.
Because for me, what sense does it make to have a lot of people dancing if the quality is not there?
Yeah.
So I would say spend a couple years really learning the dance, and then and then the numbers will come.
Exactly.
me.
So that's kind of like growing a community.
Yes. I mean, I think I have a different perspective on the way to grow a community.
Okay.
And people play different roles. My role is I want to develop the dancers,
Okay.
right? That's my role, and I would say that's what I'm good at.
Okay.
I've been doing it for over 10 years. Other people's role could be, hey, you have people who are very good at promoting,
Yes.
getting people together. If you want to grow a community, you have to have different people with different roles or good at different things.
Yes.
So if I'm developing the dancers, and maybe somebody else could,
Push the promotion.
push the promotion or get the people in, introduce people to the dance. I feel like it's not only the teachers who are there to grow a community or to bring people in. You know, you have the social dancers, you know,
Yes.
because once, let's say, a teacher develop dancers, they go out to dance. I feel like they can help and to bring other people in, because in the end, who is it going to benefit? Everyone.
Yes.
You
for
get
sure.
you get new dancers to dance with. The teachers get new people to teach. The promoters or DJs get new people at their events. So if people play their role, or do what they're good at,
Yes.
their strong suit is, then I feel like a community will grow that way.
Yeah.
So for somebody like me, I'll say that I'm not great at promoting, but I focus on developing the dancers. Yeah.
Okay. Good. And so I'm gonna ask you also a few questions because we're here together for the first weekender of Semba
In Quebec.
ever. Yeah, ever. So
Ever. Wow.
yes, definitely, it's a first.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hear a bit like what was the importance of doing a weekender like this here in Quebec for you?
I like to help a scene grow in quality. That's very. It's like watching like a baby like grow. In that sense, because it's. I don't want to say it's new. It's the first, and from what I've heard, people in Quebec don't really dance Semba. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I like to help in that department to help people develop.
Yes.
So
for sure.
that's the importance for me.
So you also have your own projects going on. Like
Yes.
there's a festival you're organizing that's
Yes.
coming up soon, no?
Seiki.
Seiki.
It's in May, Memorial Weekend, May 26th to the 29th in New York City. Yes.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
I've always wanted to ask you that. What does Seki mean?
Seiki just means Semba Kizomba.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Just the first two letters of Semba and the first two letters of Kizomba, I combine them, and then I put the accent on top of the E for phonetics. You know, Seiki, accent aigu, as we say in French. Yep, that's what it means. Semba
Because
Kizomba.
I thought at the beginning, I thought, is it something Haitian? Because you're from
Nah.
Haiti, and maybe there was a. It's just Semba and Kizomba. That's
Semba
really cool.
Kizomba. Yep.
That's really
Yep,
cool.
and
So
the accent aigu and on top of the E. Yeah.
exactly. So that means your festival is really focused on
Semba
Semba
Kizomba.
Kizomba. Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of compa and zouk as well. You know, so yeah.
And you have a few artists that are coming.
Yes, a few artists that have been announced, like yourself.
Yes, I'm so
And
excited.
somebody else. I don't want to mention his name.
No, don't mention his name.
Yeah, I think his name is Musa.
Exactly.
Yeah, other artists from Europe,
Okay.
and then from the US as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
Oh, that's gonna
gathering
be cool.
together a group of quality dancers, teachers, and DJs. Yes,
You know what? I'm actually excited to take the classes of the other teachers you're inviting.
that's good. Yeah, that's good.
I have a final question for you. Like, if somebody came to you and said, "Okay, like I'm a newbie to the dance," what is the first advice you would give them?
Find a good teacher.
Ah,
Be consistent, right, and practice,
okay.
because you need to find a good teacher, because if you don't find a really good teacher, or a teacher has been proven to develop good dancers, then I don't, yeah.
It's over.
It's not over. It's just hard, And then even if you find a good teacher, you need to practice. You
for
have to
sure.
be consistent. You need to practice, and you need to go social dance.
Yes.
Yes, those are my advice. Yeah,
That's
you
true.
have to be consistent. It takes more than 6 months to learn Kizomba. In my experience over the years, and from what I've seen in my dancers, it takes an average of 2 years of consistency.
2 years.
Yes.
Okay.
To be really good, yeah.
Okay.
To be super advanced, more, because you gotta imagine people dancing in Angola. I always tell people that those people, the culture taught them,
Yes.
and guess how long they've been learning?
All their life.
All their lives,
Yes.
listening to music, watching their mom, dad, aunts, uncles, friends dance. So you can't expect somebody who's not from the culture, from a different country, different continent, to learn in a year.
Yes.
It takes a long time. Me myself, I was dancing passata first, of course, for about 7 years
Okay.
before I even thought about teaching anything.
Okay.
So I would say find a good teacher, be consistent, practice, and go out social dancing. And one thing I'd like to say is I would like to see more of a standardization of
Okay.
teaching.
You would like that?
Yes.
Like something where it would be more structured, or
More structured.
Okay.
So that people can know who to go to, who's good. You know, you understand what I mean?
Okay.
And that way it'll help the community grow better.
And it would
Same
go.
thing, yes. If you go to school, you know, if you send a kid to school, I'm sure the parents want to know that the teacher's good, the school is good. You know, so in order to foster their learning.
Okay.
So I'd like to see more of a standardization of, you know, in a dance scene.
And
Yeah.
it goes back to your first advice: find a good teacher.
Yes, exactly.
And help people identify those good teachers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Hopefully, new projects coming on.
Hopefully.
And we'll see. We'll
Hopefully.
probably hear about it too.
So, yeah. So hopefully. Well, yeah.
Anyways, thank you for coming to Quebec, and
Thank you for inviting me.
perfect. And next time again in Quebec, Montreal, we'll see.
We'll see. And I'll see you soon in New York.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.